Hi, so I want to take a few minutes to talk about what I've been writing about around vows, narratives, and fracturing. But I also want to take a pause a moment and also talk about it's a business kind of decision, what someone said to me, and how I grew through the situation. Because this impacts belonging, personality, identity. It impacts how we navigate through the world. So I had this project I needed to do, and it was just tedious. It was just copying and pasting, and it was going to take me a long time to do it. And so I knew someone that was saying, I'm having a hard time financially. People aren't paying me. I really need money. And they'd say it all the time. I can't afford shoes, all these kinds of things. Now, I knew their character. I knew that they'd probably flake out. So I gave them an easy task to do. I'd never hand them my bookkeeping. All this was, a kindergartner could do, copy and paste. I even gave them extra time. So I emailed them. Like I said, I gave them extra time. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Oh, I'm triggered. I can't do it. And I can't get into the site anymore. I'm like, okay, why didn't you email me? Why didn't you communicate with me? I'm really sorry. And then I see pictures of someone going outside and playing and having a great time. Now, in the past, I would have been really upset. This would have been a win-win situation for both of us. However, I can go find someone who can do it, find someone else who wants money. I can do it myself, which I've started doing it by myself, and I could be upset with this person. I'm not upset with a person. I'm just like, well, that's your life, and I'm not going to listen to this anymore. If you try and pull me in a room and want to tell me this stuff, I'm going to say, I don't care. You had opportunities. You chose something different. You want to live by those narratives? Can't complain to me. You see, I know there's a difference between someone who wants to stay stuck and manipulate people to help them, and there's a difference between someone who wants to change their narratives and heal. We all get fractured. We all do. We all have vows. We all have narratives. I'm not saying that I'm better than her. I'm not saying she's better than me. She's worse than me. I'm worse than her. What I'm saying is we all struggle. Is what we do with our struggles, is how we acknowledge it. This is where a couple of things happen. So I talked with someone about this. I told them what was going on. And they're like, you knew this person would do that. You're responsible. I said, I know. I knew they were going to do that. That's why I gave them such an easy task. I gave them the opportunity. Gave them an easy task. I said, I didn't pay them anything. I didn't lose anything out of it. And they're like, but you knew better. I wouldn't give them my bookkeeping. I gave them something that, in the long run, nothing, it's not going to hurt anything. But I noticed something about me through this process. And this is the greatest gift ever. Normally in the past, when I have struggled with people flaking out on me, people not doing what they'd say they're doing, and I'd be left holding the bag. And this has been a challenge in my life. I've had a real challenge in my life where people have messed things up, left me holding the bag, or just all that stuff around that. And so then I've gone, I guess I have to do it. I guess I have to, it's left to me. I'm going to have to pull myself up by the bootstraps and just do it. Can't trust anyone. Can't do anything. But you know what? I didn't do that this time. I was like, whatever. That's her life. I'll figure it out. No big deal. It gets done. If I only get halfway done, And at first, I didn't notice it. And then, all of a sudden, I started noticing my narrative's changing. This is really cool. My narrative is changing. I'm healing and I'm growing. And I'm learning that it'll happen when it happens. Everything works out. And I can just go with the flow. And it feels good. It feels good to have this narrative change. Because guess what? I'm happier. I'm happier. Everything works out. It's wonderful. Yeah, so I have to do a little more work. Oh well. So that's what I'm learning. And that's what I wanted to share. Is really, it doesn't matter what that person did or didn't do. It matters how I change. It matters how I heal. It matters what my narratives are. Because that's the only thing I can control. And as I share this with people, I want people to really hear this. It's not about the other person. It's not about the choice of me doing this for someone that I knew was going to be flaky and making a bad choice. What this really is about is it's about my growth, my changing, my taking the time to say, I'll give you the opportunity. Prove me wrong. Probably won't. Prove me wrong. And I'm going to do something so simple that it won't hurt anything. Won't hurt anything if you don't do it. So that is what I really wanted to share. And this is how we can test people around, are they going to be what they say, who they are? Are you going to listen to those narratives? That's how we test people. Because people will always show you who they are and what they're about. As if you want to test. And this is my last point. This person that I'm talking about wants to start a business. When it comes to business, you have to provide safety for people so that they can trust you. Trust is huge in business. Is extremely huge. If you are not a trustworthy person, I have dealt with people that I would never recommend people to go to ever. They are not trustworthy. They are not people of their word. They think the way they're doing things is good, but I would never, ever, ever send anyone to them. And I would tell people, don't go there. Don't go there. And I would tell them why. This is what's important. And, what's interesting is when I was at SHRM, and I did this little leadership quiz, I had a problem picking the first question. I had a problem picking everything out. And normally I'd come out as an empathetic type of leader. This time this quiz said, you're a trustworthy leader. That was impactful and powerful to me because I am learning how to be more of this base foundation for people that they can say whatever they need to say with me, as long as it's respectful. I'm not going to be browbeaten. And we can have this trustworthy, respectful, wonderful conversation. And it can sometimes be healing. So on that note, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.